to Chase. Roberts stays in bounds. Touchdown!
He's one of the best receivers BYU's had ever.
Kingston there. Kingston touchdown!
Parker Kingston has gone to another level as well.
I like our receivers. The guys we have played a lot of football, and they're good players.
Welcome back to BYU Sports Nation, live from the BYU FanFest. We are at Sandtown Park in St. George, Utah. Temperatures in the low 70s. Little breezy, but the fans have shown up to welcome a slew of BYU high-level athletes. And we continue our interviews now with a couple of standout wide receivers, Chase Roberts and Parker Kingston, on the desk. Welcome to the show in St. George, guys.
Thanks for having us. Good to be here.
All right. Let's just go ahead and start with the idea that you can drive 3.5, pushing 4 hours, depending on how fast you drive, down to St. George and be received like this. What's this like for you to come and do this again, Chase?
It's amazing. Wherever we go, there's always BYU fans. On the drive here, we stopped in Beaver, and we heard a "Go Cougs," like Chase, Parker. So it's just amazing. All the BYU fans everywhere. They're so loyal and awesome, and they love us, and we just feel it, And it's a special place to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Everywhere we go, there's a sea of blue wherever we are. I mean, now every time we go out, like after having that great season, everyone's always talking. So it's awesome to be at BYU.
So the last couple of days, the NFL draft has been going on, and like most people, can't get enough of it. Just glued to the TV, and you're watching the first round of the NFL draft, and it just happens that Jackson Dart gets drafted by the New York Giants, and who do we see at the watch party? Parker, Isaiah. What was that like to be a part of that night for Jackson and sort of experience what that emotion is like?
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I mean, we were there. We were like always wondering who's going to call whenever, but it was super awesome to see him get drafted in the first round. I know all his hard work that he's put in, and it's paid off. I've known him for such a long time, so it's awesome to see him get drafted, and he deserves the world for it.
Okay, well, since you said it was kind of cool to see the behind the scenes, you two will be able to experience this one day. These two will not. So let us know when did they get the call, and how close to the call before it's announced? Like, what was some of those behind-the-scenes details?
Yeah, I think it was like the 2 picks before his. There were everyone started whispering and stuff that the Giants were trading in. And right as they picked the 24th pick, you turn around and Jackson starts walking up on the phone call and sat down on the couch with his family, and it was just such an awesome moment.
Very cool.
Now let's recap your connection to him. There's a Roy connection there with you and Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
So when did you meet and thus end up at his draft party?
Yeah, so I actually played flag football with Jackson way back when we were 4 and 5 years old. And then he lived in Syracuse, I lived in Layton, so we still had a connection there. And then I went out to Roy and played with him there.
So Chase, staying with the draft theme, you had a choice to make.
Yeah.
This could have been a year where you went into the draft. You decided to come back. As you watch the draft, does it get you excited about being able to play one more year, and then it's going to be your time to do that?
It does. It got me excited to one day hear my name called, and that's the goal. That's the ultimate goal, and I felt coming back one more year was the best opportunity I have to do that at the right time. So one more year at BYU is going to be the best thing, and I'm super excited. There's a lot of prayer that went into it, a lot of other things with having Jake back, Parker, and but ultimately I'm just excited to play another year with my family at BYU and be around the fans. That's what I'm most excited about. And then the draft will take care of itself once that time comes around.
Obviously, you watched one of your good friends recently enter the portal in Keelan Marion.
Yeah.
And he's a dynamic, versatile talent. And never easy to lose a teammate like that. So where does BYU go from here in trying to replace those type of stats and the production that Keelan now leaves a void for?
Yeah, I feel like we were deep before Keelan left. So I think we're still a deep wide receiver room, and you see our starting 3 and the guys that are coming in after, and I don't think anyone's like, oh crap, we need a big guy to come in. We're fine. We're gonna have a great season with this squad. We might bring in another transfer that is developing and get some playing time this year, and so that's the plan for now. And we'll probably bring in 1 or 2 guys that'll get some reps. But for now, we're confident in, I think, the room that we have now.
Yeah, Parker, what'd you add to that?
Yeah, I mean, it just gives me more of an opportunity this year to show what I can do at kick return.
Okay, I was going to ask you, are you going to be the kick returner?
I'm hoping so, yeah. K-Pop reached out to me, Fessy told me, so I'm probably going to be the kick returner this year. So we'll get some of that, and gives me more time to get catches and stuff on the field, too.
For what it's worth, Keelan told me that Parker's the fastest guy on the team.
Yeah.
He is
Oh, yeah, he knows it. He's like, yeah. Yes, I am.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
It's true. You guys should race in a 40-yard dash.
Probably
Can I have a 12-yard head start?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen his video running the 40?
5.16 unofficial.
Really?
Hey, come on, Parker.
That's actually fast.
Bro, I'm in my 40s.
Don't feed into that. You know,
That's flying.
I was faster than Tom Brady when he was 23.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
all right,
that's
so,
fast.
so take us post-spring at your position specifically, but then on the offensive side of the ball, what excites you the most about taking the next step with the wide receivers and on the offensive side?
I think that it's our third year together. Jake, I guess he played the end of that first year that he was here. But there's so much value that comes with reps and time together. And we've become such good friends. Like, we all drove up together. We all spent time today. We were golfing this morning. And I think that's such an important piece of having a tight receiver group. And we just need to get the other guys on board and ready to roll when we get time to put the pads back on. And so I'm just excited to build that camaraderie as an offense, as a wide receiver core, and with Jake. So, and it's coming. So it's been amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. We got a deep room. We got a deep offense. We got playmakers at every position. It's going to be a fun year for sure.
Let's talk about some of those other receivers in the room, beginning with guys like JoJo Phillips and Tay Nakua, who seem to have a nice spring. Cody Hagan is the guy that's coming along. And you got LaMason Waller. Like, how do you feel about the development of the guys that are slated behind both of you? Chase, we'll begin with you.
I have so much confidence in all of them, and they showed it during spring ball. The talent that they really have, and really it just takes that first rep in a game to get that, like, all right, like, I can play, like, I can hang, like, yeah, the stage is big, there's a lot of fans, but I just made a play in front of 60,000 people, and then you just keep rolling after that. And I think Cody Hagan's going to be a guy that just keeps rolling. JoJo, Parker, all those guys, the younger kids, once they make their first play in a game, it's gonna start rolling, and they're gonna show their true talent in front of everybody.
Parker, who impressed you of those guys in their development in spring?
Yeah, JoJo and Tay had a big spring ball. It was mainly JoJo this whole spring. He really came along. He was making those tough contested catches, going up and getting the ball. Tay is starting to look like a Nakua. He's starting to run routes like Puka.
Is he talking like a Nakua?
Oh, yeah. He's starting to talk like a Nakua.
He's always had that.
Yeah. He's starting to fill out. He's looking good.
You guys have any big summer plans? Besides, obviously, getting ready for the season, I know you've got your podcast. I get to see you quite a bit because of the podcast.
Yeah.
You guys got any big summer plans?
We're going to California this next week just to go train, but just golf. Golf every day.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
to.
Can we clear something up? Like, I don't know if everybody knows. Like, Parker, he's the best golfer on the team.
He is
right?
the best golfer by far. Yeah.
He's the fastest, and he's the best golfer.
Are you the fastest golfer?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Probably. Yeah.
When you hit good shots, you can play fast. Not searching for your golf ball.
That's right. That's right.
True.
Chase, before we do have to, because someone's going to ask, like, what about Chase's beard? Is this man Chase?
Yeah, no, I'll shave it right as we get together as a team. I haven't took any classes this past winter semester, so I kept the beard, and it's kind of like the summer beard, and we'll see. I've never done it before, but once we get back to a group, and I'll keep the honor code and then shave it back off. So no worries. I don't want any comments on Twitter or anything.
To clear the air.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, great to have both.
Thanks, guys.
So thanks.
Thanks for having us.
All right, we'll wrap up the show from the FanFest and do so with BYU quarterback Jake Retzloff. Where has he improved the most this spring, and what does he think of his evolving wide receiver core? This is BYU Sports Nation.
BYU Sports Nation is